Hey, welcome back to Left 4 Dead Garage. It's the week of Christmas, so it's time to get on this thing. Now I've got another little small job that I'm gonna filter in and out, but the next 3 weeks is this this fine unit right here. But what I've done is I've managed to buy a 1-ton truck with a 14 bolt. Now this truck has an Eaton under it, an HO72. So cabin chassis rear end, 63 inches wide, wheel surface to wheel surface. Bought this thing just for the rear end. This rear end is going back under this thing so it can roll again. So I've managed to thread the needle kinda, and I'm gonna try to land this thing on the lift here. I'm wicked close over here. Not too bad, but I couldn't see the condensation on the exhaust of the yard dog up there. I couldn't see anything on this passenger side. So I'm gonna get this thing unloaded somehow, and we'll get to tearing it apart. But that's what we're gonna do for the next 3 weeks. Ramp truck. All right, I still don't drug the camera out, so I'm still using my phone, but sometimes I think the audio is better, so I don't know. All right, West Coast mirrors and the full inside width of a wildfire lift, it gets snug. More than likely, I'm either gonna have to have some help getting that one by the cable right there, or we're gonna knock it loose and push it all the way in. But I got this rascal on here. It actually went pretty smooth, surprising. So I went ahead, sauced all the U-bolts and shock bolts and drive shaft bolts and all that fun stuff down to get this rear end out. But I'll get this thing pulled out of here, get some stuff bolted, unbolted, and roll it out. Use the air jack and hold the truck up. Hopefully, that's my plan. Come about right here and hold it up. Or I could just come under the leaf springs, because these leaf springs are staying in there. And I gotta pull some out of a 07 or 8 cube van I got out there. They're a much taller leaf pack, and they also aren't 50, 60 years old, so, or however old this thing is, you know what I mean. So, all right, I'm gonna get stuff tore apart. All right, I guess before I get a little too far away, and I'm already pretty far from the last time you've seen it, I'm gonna give you an update. It's been a rough week. Food poison, cut my forehead, good to go. This fine weather we've had, I've not really utilized it like I planned, but that's how it goes sometimes. So, where we're at, I got the springs from the Jones & Son box truck out there in the field under the truck. Everything's mocked up with all Barnes4wd drive pieces, and we tried, and I decided to try a spring over because, a spring under is going to lead to a C-notch, which is not originally planned, and probably going to land the tires into the body. I was trying to avoid more work in a limited amount of time, but the rear sat, just about this high with the spring under, or the spring over like it would have been. So now I'm working on taking the rear end back out, drop the back half of the leaf springs, roll the rear end under and mock it up. As a spring under, I'll probably definitely, most likely, 1000% sure, have to take those bump stop brackets off. Yesterday was rough. Down here about 10 hours. At the rate I was moving, I probably got about 6 hours worth of work done. And I actually had a little help. Some buddies showed up, so that's nice. But that's where we're at, or that's where I'm at. So I'm gonna try to get this rear end slid back, or drop down, slid back, and then we'll go back together, and then we'll see how it looks as a spring under. All right, quick little update. Got this thing flipped around here. It's sitting on the perches. I'm gonna put the U-bolts and the plates on, sort of kind of slightly snug it up, that way it doesn't do the pinion doesn't do the front clip. Even if it does, it ain't that big a deal, but I'm gonna try to put the airbag jack under it and lift the whole thing up, that way I can put the shackle bolts back in the leaf springs. So that's my plan. I'm about to die here. This thing's heavy, but we'll keep on keeping on and see what kind of disaster awaits here in about 30 minutes.
Competition Products, your source for hardcore engine parts for street, strip, and oval track. Our free catalog is packed with hundreds of product lines from the best-known manufacturers in the performance industry. Lowest prices guaranteed. Free shipping and handling on all orders over $149 in the continental U.S. Need expert advice? Our knowledgeable staff is just a phone call away. Competition Product, race parts sold by racers since 1970.
All right, so I thought I covered this until I went to edit this video and post it, the first video of the year. I realized I didn't cover the middle section of this setup. So let me do this now, since half of this is still hanging in there. So since the spring over was way too high and the spring under was way too low here in this region, still video on my phone, decided to space the springs out from the frame rails down. That's 3x3 tubing, quarter wall, and that gave me pretty much the same ride height as it was before. It might be just a smidge taller, nothing noticeable, but that's how the spring under. So we lowered it and then we lifted it. That makes sense, but that's just kind of how I had to do it. It's got a mile of gap here, no C-notch required, so none of that's. Probably going to cut this brace out right here though. I believe this one may be fine. I don't know. Won't know till I set it down. And like I said, the rear end's going to be narrowed, so I don't know when that'll be back. Hopefully soon, but that's the middle section of this video that's missing, that you didn't know was missing. So on with the show. Let me show you my drill setup. So I got the pry bar on my shoulder, pry bar above this poor drill, and as I set up, I gotta slowly reposition, which is hard with the phone, but you get what I'm doing. Yep. So I'm drilling these holes like this one here. Sorry, the camera's all probably smudgy, but these will be my locator holes. When I go back, I can just stick these bolts in here, and these things will go back pretty close to where I was at. I'll get my hangers, my shackle mounts rather, squared up left to right, and then the angle on the shackle that I want, and then I'll tack the shackle mount to the tube, and then I'll take, since the rear end's coming back out to be narrowed, I'll take the tube and all my front hangers up there and my shackle mounts. I can weld those on the table, and then when I come back, I can bolt these to the frame, get them square left to right. I mean, you could put a bolt in the front too, put 2 bolts in it, and it would be fine. But really, all you have to do is make sure it's flush to the outside and the front. Once these bolts are tight, and you can weld to the frame, and then I'll be ready for the rear end to come back. So this has been an adventure, because I've second and third and fourth and fifth guessed myself 1,000 times on what is square and what's good, to try to make sure this rear end's square under this thing. And I've got a book of stuff written down, measurements to where they're here and there on on that tubing up there, both sides. It's within a 1/16, so, and then the wheel wells are, this bed's handmade or backyard fabbed, so the wheel wells don't match. So it keeps throwing me off on my tire to wheel well gap, which is messing with my mind. And I've even cut this thing apart once up front where I had it tacked, because I didn't trust what I had going on. It's been fun. So. Alrighty, the rear end is out of here. It's been gone actually. I don't even know what time it is. It's dark 30. I got down here at 6:30. Who knows? It's probably that late now. But anyway, the rear end is out of here. It's gone to get narrowed. So what I've done is I left the front clamped. Well, actually they're bolted like we talked about, like a locator bolt is what I'm gonna call it. And then I'm gonna do the back, and then I'll attach the rear of the leaf spring, and then I'll drop the front down. It's a little easier, maybe not, just for me to work with one end versus trying to wrestle that whole leaf pack, because that thing is serious. So this turned into a small problem. I wanted to just simply 45 these. This thing was in the way, so the table saw or the band saw at work, nothing I could do, no arrangement, no C-clamp, no spacing. This bushing mount deal, spring hanger, was in the way of me doing a 45. So I had to do this with my porta-band, which was slightly a pain in the butt. But we got it, and it's not real critical. It's just to make it not look like that. So, and I've said it once, I'll say it every time, I'm not a welder, okay? I just have a welder. So, I think I've had enough for the night. I'm gonna try hard to get this video out for tomorrow. It's not real informative. I mean, I hate when it's not something good, but maybe it is good, I don't know. But anyway, I gotta clean up some stuff. I'm going in the house, and then I'm gonna edit what I got, and then I guess what I'll do is we'll mount these tomorrow. Oh, I've got to drill some access holes in these ends because this thing's hot as fire, but got a locator hole right there. And my darn bib pocket in my light is a fantastic discovery. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. And then that up there, that's where I'm headed. So let me pick up, and I'll see you tomorrow. All right, well, this video may actually just be entirely filmed on my phone because I've not had the camera with me anywhere. Really not a real informative video, I don't guess, but I guess just sharing the struggles. And if you ever decide to lower a ramp truck, which I don't recommend, but so the 24s do not fit this adapter easily. They fit fine, but you gotta hammer the big lug nuts on, and then it's a chore to get the wheel back off the adapter. So what I'm gonna do is, I've already done one, and I don't know, I should have brought this one with me yesterday and done it too, but you know, well, the other one was already here. Guy that owns the truck brought one here, so that's how that happened. Anyway, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reach in here and I'm gonna just turn this OD where the wheel, because it's hub centric, so this thing has to fit pretty well. So as you can see, I got it in a 4-jaw chuck so I can indicate it, and that's our current run out. Now I can't video, and well, yeah, it'd be hard for me to video and do this, indicate this thing in, but I'll show you as I go. All right, sometimes it happens, is falls into place. I guess because I had it close yesterday, but so it wasn't really like step by step. Once I got jaw 1 and 3 running together, 2 and 4 kind of just fell in place. So you're about a half a thou, so we're only a couple thou, and you can see it's bouncing, so it could be trash on this surface too. So what I'm gonna do is, I got a boring bar upside down. I'm gonna run it in reverse. That way I can reach in there, get away from these studs, because I didn't want to knock the studs out. Knock the studs out, I could do it with a just regular old turning tool, but since I got to reach in there on the front side, we're gonna do it this way. Probably other ways to do it, I'm sure there are, but this is how I'm doing it. So move my indicator before I kill it. Gotta make sure you don't hit the studs. what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna feed out on it. So I'm gonna come in here. I don't have a light, can't see. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go in here and touch off. 0. You see that little bit of air gap there. All right. All right, running out of hands, don't have a tripod, so I'm just gonna skim this and I'll show you where we're at. All right, I was gonna show it running, but this rotor, it's slowing down now, but the thing makes a crazy whiny sound sometimes when it's cold, so, and it's actually quiet at the moment. But, so I got this thing skimmed. I only skimmed 10 off of it. Hopefully that's enough that'll go on there, so. Take this thing out of the chuck, we'll run it back to the house, put it on the rear end, head back home. All right, so I got the front done. They're all welded up, boxed in. Yet again, with this one, I couldn't use the bandsaw because of my spring mount in the way. So I couldn't use the bandsaw at the machine shop because that was in the way. So I had to use Porta-Band, and let me tell you, it does not go smooth because it also hit this. And then I had Sawzall, and well, you know, then I had to cut these out. So 4 of those. That's my access hole for my lineup bolt. Got this all welded in. Like I said, not a welder, whatever. I don't believe it'll fall off. I'm sure there's 9,000 million way better welders out there than me, but whatever. So I'm gonna get these stuck under here. I need to source, drove right by Tractor Supply this morning. I need to source matching bolts. That's kind of a weird pet peeve of mine, is I like everything to have matching hardware and facing the same way. So the back is just whatever I could locate in the shop, and then the front some OEM stuff. I kept all the OEM bolts, but these shackles are thicker and it's not really got a full engagement. Probably all right, but I ain't gonna do it. So I'm gonna round up some bolts, and then I'm gonna double check all my areas are clean and ready to weld. And then we'll start squaring stuff up, tacking things in place, and start officially attaching these to the ramp truck. So, Lord, let's get this video done. Let me find some bolts. All right, I think I'm gonna call it right here, and we'll just wrap it up, this portion of the build. I've got the leaf springs in, so got the front hangers, and the rear shackle mounts, all that stuff's boxed in, yada yada. Like I said, don't judge my welds, not a welder. As you can tell, in North Carolina, this humidity or whatever we got going on, everything down here is sweating. I hate it, so I gotta keep my shop door shut or my darn floor sweats in there. And that ain't good for anything. I got the rear end back. It has been narrowed. Some assembly required. So they cut it down both sides. I think it was 7 inches total. Waiting on axles, but he went ahead and picked up new drums, and then I got everything for wheel cylinders and new shoes. Hardware actually is like pretty good. Got to stick the carrier back in, a lot of cleaning. For some reason I had a lot of arguments with my welder the other day. Never even had that problem before, but maybe it was having a Monday. Well, I guess that'll do it. It's going into 26. Got some changes coming apparently. I'm not going to discuss those just yet, but life has thrown a curveball. Nothing bad. But I'm gonna ride it out, see how it goes. But that'll do it on this one. Thanks for watching Left for Dead Garage. We'll see you on the next one.